Okay, let's see what Rogan and Tim Dillon have to say about Palantir and Peter Thiel. It's Peter Thiel. It's somebody that I'm keeping an eye out for, and by extension, I'm also keeping an eye on JD Vance and seeing the things that he says. Also, remember too that JD Vance took a lot of money from Peter Thiel. There's some sketchy stuff behind that, so I'm curious to see what Rogan and Tim have to say about this.
Some of these people are trying to live forever, and I'm wondering about that.
Well, they certainly want to stay younger for a lot longer than anybody ever has before. And then you get into the weird realm.
Wasn't one of the Kardashians recently, didn't they just go and get like adrenochrome in some other country? Yeah, it was stem cell muse treatment in Mexico. That's crazy.
These people that want to do something to the body where it becomes immortal. Right?
Right, and that's very interesting to me, and I
transhumanism.
Yeah, and that to me is a little scary. I don't understand. I'm not smart enough to understand it, and I worry about it from many angles.
Well, it gets weird when it's really rich people.
There is a thing where Peter Thiel is actually talking about this, and he thinks that people that lopping off body parts and stuff aren't going far enough.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
Yes?
I don't know. I would.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in this.
the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so it's always, I don't know. Yeah, transhumanism is this. The ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body. And there's a critique of, let's say, the trans people in a sexual context, or I don't know, a transvestite is someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses. And a transsexual is someone where you change your, penis into a vagina. And we can then debate how well those surgeries work. But we want more transformation than that. The critique is not that it's weird and unnatural. It's so pathetically little.
Son of a bitch.
Right.
Right, because when it's really young people and you want to stay young forever, so you're 23 and you're getting Botox, oh, you poor kid.
Right.
You're just delusional. You don't know what you're doing. You're fucking up. But when you want to stay alive forever and you continue to amass insane amounts of wealth,
right,
that's where it gets weird. You don't want to quit the game. You're in this, having incredible financial influence over the world game.
Yeah.
You're worth $80 billion, $200 billion, and you want to keep that ball rolling.
That to me is a little scary.
Well, it's scary because if the game continues, let's look at Bezos, for example.
Yeah.
Right. Let's imagine that Amazon continues to expand and grow. Bezos continues to profit off of it, and right now he's what is he, 58 or 59 or something like that?
About that, probably.
Most people.
Well, what would he be when he's 120? Would he have $30 trillion?
What it used to be was these people would amass large quantities of wealth, and then eventually they would either sell off their company. The company would tend to fall apart, and now they're finding ways to stay alive longer. And I think people should find ways to be healthier and eat healthier and do different things and exercise and vitamins. Now it's almost like they want to just keep staying in power and keep staying in power, and power's like a drug. They just stay addicted to it.
You know what I mean?
A lot more than he does now.
And would that...
And his power would grow.
And if people started encroaching on that power and trying to limit it and trying to, that's where it gets weird. They get defensive, right?
Yeah.
If people want to tax the rich, eat the rich, they get a little, and okay, I got to fucking build thicker walls.
Get the bunkers.
I got to do something.
I just remember Mr. Burns when he got the casino.
Oh, I've discovered the perfect business. People swarm in, empty their pockets, and scuttle off. Nothing can stop me now. Except microscopic germs. Now, to the plant. We'll take the spruce moose. Hop in. But, sir, I said hop in.
Well, they
and
just
I also
said...
have to create, work with the government to create some laws.
The World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab just said, and I think it was Klaus Schwab, not Larry Fink, the Blackstone guy, or BlackRock, who's now the interim president or whatever.
And he's scary as...
Thank God.
Thank God. Someone
Klaus Schwab was nothing compared to this guy from the stuff that I've read.
who understands the issues. But Klaus Schwab is basically like, I believe we're heading towards stakeholder capitalism.
Yeah.
Which is people, private individuals that have it's a public-private partnership where you have guys like Bill Gates,
Like China.
Elon Bezos, whoever, people at that level that have a large stake in a public-private partnership that's running
in a
society.
government. Yeah.
And I think that scares people a little bit, or it's a curiosity because you start going, and it's always kind of been the case. I mean, JP Morgan bailed the federal government out years ago. Like, these guys have always had a ton of power, but with tech, the level of power in terms of surveillance and data mining and the power over your life has never been as Orwellian as it is now. And it, even with AI and all of these models, it's even going to get more intrusive.
Yeah.
So I think it's not only these great fortunes, but it's their capability to literally be gods.
Yeah. Those guys living forever, that's scary. I don't know why you'd want to be honest with you.
To literally know what you're thinking, what you fear, what you want, your desires, all of these things, having all your data, knowing everything you do, knowing how fast your heart is beating. You know, all these wearable things that you have that are transmitting
Biometric
frequencies to, you know, someplace where all of your health data is being stored. That's what bothers a lot of people.
Nah. Does not bother me at all.
That's what bothers people about this Palantir thing.
Yeah.
Palantir is crazy.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
The Palantir thing is very odd.
A lot of people feel that this is the precursor to a social credit score, a digital kind of police state, and that it's being done under the guise of security, that you will be safer.
Which is what the Patriot Act was brought through
That's
with.
exactly right.
It's always the case.
We want to protect you, so we have to take all of your information and all your data. You can't ever say anything to anybody. You can't ever have a difference of opinion. You can't do anything. And sometimes this sort of level of surveillance tends to happen, or this level of control and propaganda tends to happen right before some sort of conflict. Massive, major conflict, if you look through history.
It's always the case. They always sneak it in like, you gotta be safe.
Yeah.
And then you get the Benjamin Franklin quote.
The people that want security, right, they something about, they deserve neither.
Yeah.
They trade liberty for security, deserve neither. Yeah. I mean, it's true. I just think, Peter Thiel is giving a 4-part lecture on the Antichrist.
Yeah, that seems odd.
4-part. Well, here's what's really wild to me. 4 parts. It's not just one. One lecture on the Antichrist would be insane. This guy's doing a series. He's doing a 4-part lecture on the Antichrist, and nobody in his inner orbit went, Peter, how about one lecture on the Antichrist or no lectures? Not 4.
Well, I don't think he understands the optics.
He certainly does not.
Yeah.
It's odd.
He's an odd guy. He's a very, very odd person.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Well, of course.
Well, it's a private.
Sold out.
It's a private lecture at a club in San Francisco about the Antichrist. What does he know about the Antichrist? Is he like...
I'm guessing a lot.
If you told me there was a movie and there was a guy who played the Antichrist, zoom in on that image of him.
Yeah.
I would say...
He looks like that.
Is that him?
Yep.
Is that the...
Just kind of,
They're there.
leaning in, I guess.
Well, I just don't understand, like, why... What I would like... Someone saw it. Someone saw one of the lectures that he did on the Antichrist.
Was it good?
It might have been Duncan. He said it was boring.
It's, of course, going to be boring.
But I don't understand, like, what is he doing?
He's trying to prove he's not the Antichrist.
It's like anything. You're just sort of practicing to try to work it out, and you're working it out in public. Well, private public function, just sort of working out the thought process
by ratting
by
them
doing
out.
it. He's like, if I was that's probably how the lecture starts. He goes, now if I was the Antichrist, I obviously wouldn't be doing this lecture.
You know what it's like?
Yeah.
It's like those really shitty men
Yeah.
that become male feminists.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
they tweet, believe all women.
Yeah. Well,
and
no,
you're
no,
like,
yes.
hey.
Yeah.
I know you.
Right. Well,
You're a piece of shit.
Didn't O.J. Simpson write a book called If I Did It?
Yeah, I have a copy of it.
So this is Peter Thiel's version of that. His lecture on the Antichrist is If I Did It.
I think
by
my
O.J.
wife threw it out, honestly.
No.
Yes. She's known to do things like that.
It's so strange to have this. You build military AI, military drone, autonomous drone technology to export to war zones all over the world. You build domestic surveillance technology to surveil our friends and neighbors. And then your other pet passion is the Antichrist. It's odd. Wouldn't you include tennis? Wouldn't you go, and I'm big into tennis? Something else. It's odd. And I like ice fishing. I build autonomous drone technology. I build domestic surveillance technology.
And I love lake trout.
And I love lake trout. And I love big mouth bass fishing.
Yeah.
But instead, he goes, and I've also developed quite a keen interest in Satan. And I'd love to talk to everyone about it for 4 fucking things in San Francisco.
What's Whitney Webb's take on this?
There was something, somebody recently asked Whitney Webb why she was never on the Rogan podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I've been name dropped on there by Rogan and other people and have not been invited on. And I mean, obviously it's fine. I don't need to go on there. But I found it strange that, he would have another person on to talk about my book. That's not me. And also in that appearance, Ian Carroll, even though he promoted my book, said that my work on Peter Thiel and Palantir was unhinged, was the term that he used.
I think he always wanted to have her on, but he doesn't think that the podcast would be very interesting because she tends to have long form, not rants, but sort of dialogues about it. It's not much of a conversation.
Bet she's probably, Whitney's research is so unbelievable.
Oh, but by the way, I should say, before I go any further than that, Whitney Webb has some strange conspiracy that she believes someone's trying to keep her from being on my show.
Interesting.
Yeah, Whitney, I'll have you on the show.
Just what I was just talking about. He won't say that somebody's boring or anything like that. It just might not be much of a conversation. He tends to have people on that he likes. You can enjoy it. It's just, relax and listen to a conversation between two people or two friends.
Haven't reached out because I have thousands of people to go through. That's
He's
all
busy.
It is. I would definitely do it, though.
We've had Whitney on a bunch.
The idea that I wouldn't do it is incorrect, and I apologize.
She's enormously
autistic.
Well, there's a lot of this. She talks like this a lot, and she's just, the pentameter of her voice is very like this, and she goes...
She knows a lot.
She knows a lot about things. She goes, Jeffrey Epstein, on the 3rd day in January 1996, he met with this guy, but she
With no notes. She's off the top of the head. Yeah.
But she's really enormously amazing at research.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think Rogan would actually have to have her on with somebody else, I think.
Amazing researcher. She has compiled the data.
It might just not be an entertaining podcast.
She definitely has. And how they kill all those people in Germany? Nobody's whacked her yet.
She's somewhere in South America. I
Holy
think.
shit!
Good
Did
move.
he say that?
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, how much resources does she have to protect
Damn.
herself? down
One of the
there?
reasons I think people like her end up being safe is she writes these very big,
People don't read them. It's too much. It's too much information. We can't digest that much information.
very studious books that no one in America reads.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Where no one, it's not a threat.
It's not a
because
threat.
it doesn't go mainstream.
And that's why having her on the podcast would end up probably being a little bit of a boring one, because I think she is more about delivering the information, conversing about the information.
It's not a threat. Now, these big Hollywood types that go, I'm going to blow the whistle on whatever the hell's going on. They go, bye-bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a mainstream journalist who's like, I'm going to write an article about something and, it's going to lead to a congressional investigation.
Yeah.
They go, bye-bye.
Yeah. It's when you actually create problems, not when you're just a part of the right-wing conspiracy ecosphere.
Yeah, because they can just dismiss you as a crank, and then you've written volumes of this book, and no one cares. Like, and by the way, I'm not saying it's not a great book. I'm saying it's not moving the needle for them. If you have a hard drive with something on it, USB, if somebody gives you, if you have something that could put them in jail, you're dead. Oh,
that's where it gets weird. They find you when you're young.
They find you.
It's
when you're making mojitos.
They find you when you're young and promising, like JD.
Oh, he's gonna go there. No way.
Well, that's the thing. JD's going to have to, if he wants to be the president, he's going to have to say, Peter Thiel, I'm not. He's going to have to say, Peter Thiel is Satan, and here's why that's good.
It's the perfect thing of saying that he's the Antichrist, and then JD Vance is someone who's very publicly outspoken about his belief system and going to church and all of that kind of stuff. And for Peter Thiel to be the one that supported him, who believes and has talks about the Antichrist, JD Vance, who's the complete opposite, supposedly, I mean, isn't that what they say, like a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing? Beware the bearer of...
Proverb 29:4, beware the man who comes bearing gifts and invoking flattering words.
JD has to get out there and go, wouldn't you rather know who Satan is and be friends with him and have dinner with him than have it be like, who's Satan?
Right.
So he's got to get out there and say, I happen to be friends with Satan. And I want that to be
misunderstood.
I want it to be destigmatized.
Right. If Satan could go on the Nelk Boys, maybe they could straighten it out.
That's right. Peter Thiel on the Nelk Boys, when they go, what do you think about fast food? And he goes, I take one pill every day to survive. And it gives me all of my nutrients.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Peter Thiel eats food like a person. I think it's like he has some type of...
What? What do you think?
Vampire?
I think a lot of these tech people, they don't like food. They're not food people, a lot of these tech people.
Didn't you get invited to have lunch or something, or dinner with Peter?
Yes, I said no.
Did you?
I said no. I'm a little wary of that circle of people. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying there's anything inherently evil about them, because obviously there's people in there. I don't know that I want to go to a dinner with someone who's going to talk endlessly about the Antichrist.
But yet you'll go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, of course.
And perform.
Of course.
I've been to Peter's house twice.
Yeah.
They'll pay you in big barrels of oil.
I went once with dinner with Eric Weinstein. I forget who else. And then the second time he brought me in because they were going to have lunch with Eric Von Daniken.
Oh, the guy, the Chariots of the Gods.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
Who's that guy?
I'm in. And
Eric Anton Paul von Däniken, born the 14th of April 1935, is a Swiss author of several pseudoscientific books which make claims about extraterrestrial influences on early human culture, including the best-selling Chariots of the Gods.
I know so much about that.
Yeah.
So I was asking him all these questions.
I'm sure he's a very nice guy. Like Peter Thiel. People that know him go, he's a nice guy. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon's so funny. I like Tim Dillon. And I don't watch Rogan as much anymore, mainly because most of the guests I'm not terribly interested in. And anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel as well. See you next time. Bye. Son of a bitch.